Got to check out the little Thompson bitzer. I call it a bitzer mill, bits of this and bits of that. It's based on a Thompson Junior windmill. That's Meta's tail. Meta's tail plane there, the tail sheet, a Thompson tail spine and the little head and everything. The wheel's actually a clone made by a farmer. This is the bit that amazed me. These are usually 6 foot, and he completely copied, and he did a good job in making a 5 foot version, but he never got it back together. The little braces, the little stays in between the sails, I had to make those. He never got to that point, he never got to that stage. It was put aside years ago. The tower, let's look at that. The tower was a Bob's pattern Bruce and McClure tower, which when it came home there was only just the 4 legs and sort of the bit of the cross braces and stays that were up in the top half. The rest was sort of just bare, so I've had to make that up, but it really has turned out nice. The bearings and so forth I've renewed. It's a bit of space age plastic up in the top, which I used Vexonide, I think. Yeah, so there she goes again. These were last made in Mount Gambier. It looks homemade, and of course, as I said, the wheel is, but it's a direct copy of the commercially manufactured model. You couldn't tell the two apart, and an expert would be fooled until you told him it was 5 foot. Now that's the little casing, crankcase. I've only got a little crank in there. This one hasn't. It's just got the bearings. There's nothing to drive anything. And a few grease nipples I replaced. I replaced that leg on the head there. I might put some tail light on it. The tower straightened up okay. It's a little shorter than a standard Bob's pattern tower. I had to mess around with it, and I created this overlap here. A Bruce and McClure tower has usually got that in the top line of stays. That's how you can identify them from a long way off. They'll usually dip over that top cross brace. But I sort of agonised over doing this here on a lower stage, but I did, and I'm really pleased with the way it turned out. It looks good, better than I thought. So that held me up for a while. I couldn't get myself across the line with what I was going to do about the stays. But anyway, that's done. The whole thing is what did I say it was? 5.5 metres to the very top of the wheel, all the way down to the ground. So it's not, it's just small. This is not quite in place yet. I've got to put a U-bolt there, and I've got to put a furling lever here so that you can furl the tail. So, you know, just a couple of little jobs to do. The wheel's got one leg out of bed, so to speak. It's got one sail. I don't think I'll be able to live with that. I'm going to have to build up a couple more little stays and straighten that before it goes anywhere. A little bit of Oregon I used there. It's been laying around the yard for a while. It would have been a nice stick of Oregon. It's a little bit weathered. It's got a few splits in it, but it's still quite sound, and a bit of decking oil will probably go on that too. So that's it. There's a Bob's pattern Bruce and McClure tower down here that's for another project. That's for a complete Bob's pattern windmill, and that's about 15 feet. That's its more or less its full length. Quite a rare tower. And that's what this one started out as, and I believe it's lost about 1.5 foot, maybe 2 feet. It's around about 13 feet from top to bottom, the tower. So there you go. Oh, look at him go. What a little beauty. Little mummy magpie's up there somewhere at the moment. She's going to bring her young out very shortly. Yeah. Beautiful.